Hello, I am Tanisha, aka Timo, the Salon Auntie, and you are watching Trendy with Kim Allison.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trendy with Kim Allison. Today, I'm joined by someone who truly embodies mentorship and wisdom in this beauty industry. Her name is Tanisha Morgan, better known on the World Wide Web as the Salon Auntie, you guys. She helps people work smarter and not harder. And today we're going to pick her brain and learn her story. So, are you ready to be inspired, everyone? Tanisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you for being here. Now, you've been behind the chair, you've coached, and you've helped stylists build businesses. Let's get into how you actually do that. All righty.
Okay.
So let's get a little bit of backstory. You came into the industry about when?
Ooh, 19. When you say 19, you know you're already old, right?
That's all you need to say. Just drop the mic from there.
19.
No more words.
Yeah.
As long as it's not 1900, you're good.
Because you know it's at least 25 years. There you go. 19.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So you came into the industry. I always say we don't find hair finds us.
Yeah.
Because we could be doing I worked at ASU for a decade before
Okay.
getting into hair. So I didn't know hair was going to find me, but how did hair find you?
So hair didn't find me, nails found me. So I was a nail tech. So I will tell you this quick story. I was living in Albuquerque, going to University of New Mexico, go Lobos, and I literally had a breakdown. I was working for an attorney, and he was not nice. So I had this breakdown. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a lawyer because I was going to school to be an attorney. I don't want to do this, and I'm leaving. So I left New Mexico. I came to Arizona, Phoenix, and I decided I'm not going back to college. And my friend was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to do nails at night. I'm gonna go to nail school. Do you want to go with me?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I don't want to do that." She's like, "No, come to school with me." So I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I went to school with her, paid my money, and went to school with her to learn how to do nails part time. And she never did it. I fell in love with it, and I ran with it. And it was the weirdest thing because my grandmother was hot with a capital H
Yeah.
because her grandbaby dropped out of college and law school to go do some things. She said, "You going to this dang fingernail school?" And that fingernail school changed my life. So that one lady that said, "You want to go with me," completely changed my future. And I just learned that sometimes opportunities don't come in the present that we'd like it to be wrapped. But I've learned to always say yes to something that I don't know, because then I could say, no, I don't like it after I've tried it. So I was like, why not I go? And I started nail school, and it was amazing. I was going to the salon to get my hair done. And this girl was like, "Hey, maybe I can get you a job here." And she talked to the owner, and he was like, "Yeah, when you graduate, I have a chair for you." So I went to nail school, and he gave me a little spot in the corner that I paid weekly for. And in 6 months, I had a completely full clientele.
Oh my gosh, I believe that.
No social media, nothing but a business card. But I started my networking lifestyle because I am a queen networker. I started my networking lifestyle, and I built a business strong enough to where I could quit my full time job, and I just did nails, and I have done that for since 19. We're just gonna say since 19 something, over 25 years.
Well, you know what? I say too, I truly still stand by that the industry finds us,
100%.
right? So this podcast is beauty industry in general.
So I would tell you this: the attorney that I worked for, fast forward 2 years, had a heart attack at 45 and died. And I remember thinking, I'm so glad I didn't go that route because, and not that being an attorney is bad, I'm not saying that, but I know that a lot of professions have so much stress. And my one thing that I told myself when I was going to nail school is, I said, I want to do something that's fun. I want to do something that I smile and I laugh every day. I don't want to be restricted of my time. I want to enjoy my life. And I was able to create that type of lifestyle being self-employed at 23 years old, starting my own business, and I have lived that lifestyle forever. But the legal part of me was still in there, and I still became a counselor. You know, you are a glorified counselor when you hair, nails,
Yeah,
bartending.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
still a counselor, right?
yeah,
So I became the
absolutely.
counselor, and I never left that legal lifestyle. So I still dibbled and dabbled in some of that over the years so that I could still retain the things that you need to know in business that comes with, structuring and things. So that's all of that came to play. Like after I started the salon, we'll get into how I got into other things that helped me become who I am today. But I just had this calling for making women feel good. You come into my chair, you've had a bad day, somebody's died, something's happened, you lost your job, your husband done left, whatever. And when you say, I want my nails red, oh, I know I did my job. Because the end of
Yeah,
that appointment, oh girl, you gonna be like, look at me. All that's gone. So in 1 hour, when you come in with a stank face, you leave with red nails, you good. So that was my mission, was to transform someone into something or someone that they were not an hour ago.
I completely relate, and I promise you guys I'm getting ready to jump into the meat and potatoes of this. But before I go to next steps, I just want to parlay off of what you said, because this whole idea that you cannot be a successful entrepreneurial or monetized to the level of an attorney is ridiculous, one, you know and two, this whole apology tour that we have to do, and pleading and begging we have to, convince our parents that it is the right idea, this is what I want to do, and that this industry is always looked at as a lower station
Mm,
in life.
of
And
course.
I don't believe that. You didn't believe that.
No.
I worked at ASU. I was 100% crushing it at my job and reached a level that no one without a college degree could have reached. But I took that over into, I wanted to own a business, and I knew this was the route,
Right.
just the
Yeah.
path I needed to take in order to do that successfully.
Agree.
So you marry the two and you become you.
Yeah.
So all of that said, let's get into your story. Where did the Salon Auntie come from? Let's start there.
You only get to call yourself auntie because you've reached over 50 years. Okay.
100%.
So
Yes.
just saying, I know. So
Yes.
I have always been called Auntie Mama. People always come out because I was an old soul, and my friends were always younger than me. So I had always lived the path before them. And like 5 years older, and I'm like, okay, girl, when you get 30, this gonna happen. Girl, when
Yeah.
you get 35, it's gonna happen. Right. When you get, because no one did that for me. I'm mad at my mom because she didn't tell me about menopause. Like, why my aunties, why nobody ever told me what was gonna happen when I got to a certain,
You know what? That's so true. Like, we are
nobody.
from an era where they didn't. All they said was, "I'm hot. Turn the fan on."
Nobody ever sat down and told you what was going to happen. So I was like, I'm not going to be that friend. So my friends always knew that I was the older friend, bought the house first, did all this, so I was always auntie, my nephew calls me auntie mama to everybody. So when I was trying to figure out what to call my program, as I, started this coaching program, what I want to call it, I don't know why the auntie was like, okay, I'm an auntie, but I'm going to teach salon stuff. So let me see if anybody has the salon auntie. And no one had it. And I was like, that's because it's mine. It's supposed to be for me. That's me all day
Yes.
because I've been auntie. So the salon auntie came about just that way. I was like, let me search and see if it exists, and it didn't exist. And I was like, okay, that's it. So I started particular program a couple of months ago, and just in trying to figure out how do I give back to those who are coming, or who are, you either in school, you midway through your career, or you on your way out. That's where you are. So you got to figure out, like, how do I start it right? If I'm in the middle of it, how do I catch up? And if I'm at the end, how do I get out? Because I still have friends who are in their 60s doing hair,
Mm.
tired, can't see, back hurt, whatever. But still, they don't have the retirement plan put aside.
Oh, yeah.
They're not married, so there's no health insurance, from a spouse, like just all
Yeah.
these things. And you've made great money. They can make, 15, 2,000 a week doing what they're doing, but you have nothing put aside. It pained me to be like, we can't keep doing this. And it
Yeah.
just like you said at ASU, like, when you're teaching there, most people go to college and they're being taught by professors in business who've never owned a business, which is sad.
Yep.
Okay. So in beauty
Yep.
school, you have instructors teaching you beauty stuff, but they don't own a business. So even if they
Right.
teach you a little bit of business stuff, it's a little bit because there's no curriculum for that. Like, we're gonna teach you how to do some nails. Nobody cares about how to do your books. So there's a huge gap
Yeah.
training of this aura, and the statistics that I share in my course is, within 18 months, most people getting into this industry will get out. 18 months. So now you have student loan job, all this, but 18 because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna get a job. No, you're not gonna get a job. You're never gonna get a job.
Yeah.
This ain't a job. This is, I own a business. So if you don't know what that looks like and you get out of school and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do hair, you're starting off with running a business and you have no idea how to do that. No
Yeah.
one has taught you that. No one.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
go work in a salon. Okay, what does that look like? So the
Yeah.
Salon Auntie came from my research and finding there's no one really doing this. There's people that can
I
come teach you how to get a salon and go get a suite and be an owner and all that financial side of it, but no one's teaching the cash 1099 salon person how to become a W-2 employee with benefits, because that's what we
right,
really want to be. We want the
for sure.
benefits, we want the 401k, we want the vacation, we want all that, but we don't have that. So how do we get that with what we have, the model that, how we have?
So that's the moment you realize that stylists needed, more than just hair education, is when you saw all of your friends and people around you who don't necessarily have themselves set up to succeed in business.
Or have been in business for a long, long time and still don't know what they're doing.
I love that. And I think a lot of stylists can relate to exactly what you're saying, which means your course is going to be a success, by the way.
I
So
hope.
now that you're coaching,
Yes.
what's the first thing you usually notice stylists need help with?
Oh my god, there's no first thing. So it's the same as your personal life.
Hmm.
The United States as we know it is in debt, and so is
Yeah.
everyone in this country. So it doesn't matter if you have a job paying you $250,000 a year, you spend 280. Like, the mentality of this country is sad because we are not taught anything about the correct way to build wealth in this country. There's no one thing. Stylists are still people. They still are behind on their car payment. They still don't have enough money to, buy a home because they don't have enough money that they're reporting on their taxes. They don't even know how to do their taxes. I don't even know how to do my books. I asked one nail tech a couple weeks ago, I said, how did you come up with your prices? She said, I just kind of guessed.
Oh,
But they do. They don't. I don't know. I don't know what I should be charging. And what are you charging? Okay, that sounds all right. No clue. And when we broke down what she was charging versus the time it was taking her to do the service, because they do all these fancy coffin nails with designs on
yeah.
it. It's two
Mhm.
hours before. By the time she finishes that client, she's making $18 an hour. You can get a job paying more than that with benefits. So if you're going to do this, you need to know how to do this, and no one does market research. It's the same when I would talk to small businesses, as I did small business coaching as well, is when they're trying to hire employees and they come up with this salary amount in their head. Okay, this position's worth $60,000. They don't realize that that position is not worth 60,000, worth 80, because the employer has more expenses on top of the cost of the employee. So it's 80,000. So do you have 80,000 to go find an employee? And what if 80,000, 60,000 isn't enough? Because you don't do market research. What if everybody in this industry is paying 70 and now you're not wondering why you don't get good employees?
Yeah.
Because you have no
Yeah.
idea. You have no
No.
idea. So again, we may be talented, but we have no clue about business. You have no clue. So that a lot of it is my books just aren't together. I don't know how to price. Like, I'm not. I don't have enough clients. How do I get clients? I'm not good on social media. Like, how do I grow? And you don't need social media to grow. It is a great tool, but you don't need social media to grow. One thing we all know is word of mouth is the best way. And
Yeah.
somebody will kill your business on TikTok with bad information, or they will blow your business up on TikTok. So yeah, we all thinking about social media and being, TikTok famous. That has nothing to do with the people in your neighborhood. I had one client that built my entire business. One client when I started nails.
Mhm.
She was 16 years old. I never forget her. My whole business I owe to Tammy, and rest in peace. She died of cancer in her 30s. So
Ah,
she came into my salon, just happened to be walking in, and she was in cheer. So she was 16 years old in cheer, practiced with her girlfriends, and came in. And I did her nails. She loved her nails. She was like, "Oh my God, I love my nails." And I think I probably did them for free because when I was building, you tip, quit trying to be greedy, give away some stuff to get stuff. And I would always do that. I'd be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll do this. You'll get me next time." And I probably gave her half price or something on her nails. Told her entire cheer squad. So I had 10 girls that came to me the next week. Those 10 girls then told their cousins, sisters, moms, their moms from their jobs came in, got their nails done. Their coworkers came in, got their nails done. She completely built my business in 6 months.
oh my gosh, that what a blessing. I love that.
It can be done if you are good. And that's another thing that I have to constantly help coach people on is business etiquette because they don't understand it. You cannot be late. You cannot not keep your word. If you say my appointment's at 3, my appointment need to be at 3. How many of us hate going to the doctor? Your appointment's at 3,
100%.
45. Like, don't
Yeah,
waste my time. And
yeah,
there were many times when I'd have clients that would come that were late, and if you was late past 15 minutes, you got canceled.
yeah,
No ifs and buts about it because
yeah, that's
not
what it is.
I
You
am
have to respect
not
my time.
yeah, I'm not sacrificing the rest of my entire day and all the rest of my clients who will be on time for one person. I will lose one client, then lose 8. So
Yeah.
you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
be professional about your business, and they don't know that. So it's not one thing. It's mind-boggling, but I also know when I built the course that every person's different. So
Yes.
I created what's called a strategic action plan. And that strategic action plan allows me to get all in your business as your auntie. I'm getting all in your business. Get all in your business. We go through multiple questions and just different things of setup of like what you're doing. So I understand exactly what it is you're doing. And then from there, I can give you a strategic plan for the next 90 days, specific for you of what we need to work on because not everybody's the same. So I may have a course in 3 chapters don't pertain to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's skip those chapters. We don't need what you got that part down. But what do
Right.
you need? So the course is written generic because I don't know where people are coming from, but the strategic action plan is this is for you. Like I'm going to tell you exactly word for word, week by week what you need to do. So this week you're focusing on this and nothing else. This next week you're going to do this. Because you need a roadmap, you need a plan, but you need an auntie to tell you, boo boo, that's not. Don't do that. No.
Yeah.
My slogan is this: stop it, stop it,
Yeah. I love that.
stop it.
So let's back up just a
Okay,
tad bit and talk about scaling because everybody throws that word around, right?
correct.
Scaling. You got to learn how to scale your business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, what does scaling really mean in the salon environment?
In the salon environment, right? Because when we
Mhm.
think scaling, we think growth, and when we think growth, we for most of us that means working more hours. Because
Mhm.
how else do you do it? You can't raise your price $20 a person, or can you? So scaling for me is most people think, okay, I got to get bigger. Like maybe I need to get my own salon, and maybe I need to have some work or some chairs, rent out some chairs so I can have more people. I built the business with just me. And
Yeah.
years in, I had a couple of I had a nail tech pedicure person, whatever that I kind of partnered with, but it was really just me because I feel like you can scale by yourself without having that overhead. You don't
Yeah.
need that. It comes to pricing and it comes to the quality of work that you're giving. So if you're
Yes.
giving the quality of work and you are fulfilling a need in the marketplace to be reliable, good, on time, personable, all of it matters. People want to go to people they like.
Yeah.
They do.
Absolutely.
When I started in 19 something, the only competition I had were the Asian salons. Okay, we'll just say that. That was the
Yes.
competition. And they were doing nails for $15. Okay, so and
Yep.
I was more back then I was charging 30. So I was
Yep.
twice as much as what they were charging. And people would be like, "Oh my God, like you so expensive." And I'm like, "Well, not really, because they're 15, but there's no customer service. None. It's 15 bucks. And they charge you for every little thing you do. You want to dry your nails? $5. You want me to fix your thing? $3. Yeah. It's 15 to get you in the door, but you leave out and you spend 45. So they
100%.
they understood scaling. They got
Yep.
you in. Every
Yep.
time you left, you spent $50. So you spend more than you would spend with me. But when you came to me, you got conversation, you got respect, you got friendship, you got customer service. But I didn't charge for all the extra stuff. Girl, you broke a nail, don't worry about it. You want this color, don't worry about it. You want to paint your toes, don't worry about it. Send me a referral. Matter of fact, this one's half price. Just send me your cousin. And I grew my business. I scaled my business to making more money than they did because they would only have 2 clients a day. I would be booked. I would have 40. If you got off of my schedule, you didn't get in for a month. I was booked solid for a month for the year. People booked
That's amazing.
2 weeks, 5:30 Tuesday. My spot, don't give it away. That's me. And I went in and worked 40 to 50 hours a week and killed the game back in the
Yes.
1900s. You hear that? 1900s. Back in the 1900s. So scaling is we got to figure out first who you are, because I don't care how good you are at nails if you're not good at customer service or being a business owner, you will not succeed. I
Right.
have a great girl that I go to do a service on me. We will not say, because if she's watching this, I want her to know it's her. She won't. But she's horrible with communication. Never gets back to me, takes forever to respond, doesn't show up on time, 2 hours late, all these things. And because I understand what's happening and I'm flexible, I'm not too disappointed because she's good at what she does, but she goes,
Mm,
"I'm struggling, I'm not making any money." And I said, "I know 100% know why. Because people are tired of being treated that way, and just because you're good don't mean I'm giving you my money." I will go to subpar service, I mean subpar like hair for great service. And if you kill the game on service, you will never have an empty chair. And
I believe you.
I
Yeah, you're 100%.
teach it. Yep, you will
Facts.
never.
Yeah. And two, with scaling, people think that you have to work more, but you can also make your money work more for you,
You make your
right? That's another form of scaling your business.
you make your money.
So let's have you debunk some myths about scaling.
That's true.
Like for it from a coaching perspective, what would you say to someone that says, I need a team, or I need to open a salon, thinking that they have to do these things in order to scale?
I would first dive into why. Why do you feel you need a salon? Like we got to.
Mhm.
They're looking at it like, well, if I have a salon, I can make more money out of it. Mm, mm, okay, let's talk about it, because as we know, people are lazy. People don't want to work. So just because you have a salon, don't mean you're going to have people to fill the salon. I've had many salon owners that they would have people that would work for them that just wouldn't show up. So a client would be sitting in the waiting room waiting on Jackie, and Jackie just don't want to come to work today, and that's your business. So now what you do with Jackie? 'Cause you know what I'm saying. So
Exactly.
taking on other people's problems, 100% no. I had a private
Yeah.
salon suite my entire pretty much my entire time, just me, and I retired. I didn't need a big salon. I didn't need all that, because again, if you understand how to structure your business, then you can grow without the headache. So you don't need a salon, you don't need chairs, you don't need all that. What you need is a foundation of how to run a business. And that's
That's right.
it. You just need to know how to run. It could just be you. But if you are all over the place with taxes and investment, or you don't have any, or you no savings, or you spending all or you pricing wrong, and time spent are the killers.
Yeah.
The killers.
Yeah.
Because I charge $80 to do nails. I'm banking it. No, but it takes you 2.5 hours.
Right. That's right.
No,
Yep.
first
Yep.
time,
No,
last,
100%.
yeah,
That
takes you
means
5
you're
hours.
charging $40 an hour,
Like 30. Yeah, 30 something an
or
hour.
30 something.
But
Yeah.
you're charging that, but that's not what you're making, because you still have expenses. You have
Yeah.
taxes, rent, supplies, like they don't take into account that comes out of that $80.
Yeah.
No one I made $8. You didn't make $8 because you still have booth rent. You still have taxes that you're not paying. 20% of this. You still have supplies. You still have this. So if we take all of that out, you're making $17 an hour.
Ooh,
Exactly.
yeesh.
And that is my pricing calculator in my module shocks people because
Yeah.
they're not
Oh,
they don't realize it. And they're like, I thought I was balling. You not balling, boo. You not balling. No.
I'm going to promote the mess out of your
I'm
platform, by
I'm
the way.
listen.
It is so needed.
And I
I
will
love
tell
that.
you, when I created it, I've gotten so much slack for what I charge for my program. So let's talk
Okay.
about that real quick so we can get it out because people are like, oh my gosh, she expensive. Mm-mm. I made it to where if you don't get my program, you shame on you because you're gonna go and get some chicken wings and a shot of liquor on Saturday night for way more than you can change your entire business. My Jumpstart program is 30 minutes a day for 7 days. That's it. Spend 30 minutes a day. Let's get your books in order. Let's get your mindset right. Let's fix the things that I can fix by spending 30 minutes a day to change some bad habits for 7 days. That's it. It's $17 for my Jumpstart program. 17 bucks. I should charge y'all thousands, but I want more people to get it. I don't care about that amount because I can help so many people. I just want you to get it. When you get it, you will then share it. You will then have success. You will then call me back and say, hey, Auntie, can you help with this? Because then I have other tiers. I have advanced modules where if you've been in for a while,
Right.
yeah, you've been in
Yeah.
for a while, you're not new, but I need help on wealth strat. Like I want to retire. Like, how do I set up my retirement stuff? How do I set up my LLC, my S Corp? Like, how do I have my taxes done right? Do I pay myself with a payroll company? Do I keep taking money out of my personal account? Like all these financial and legal things that I've learned over the years that get you in trouble, that you look up and be like, okay, I'm out of business. Let's build that. Let's build that. Once we get you okay in the $17, let's build that program. And those modules they're still like under 40 bucks. So my whole program is $50. Like if you wanted both of them, you could do that. But my strategic action plan that I do is one-on-one kind of coaching. It's not even that much as well. It's a little bit, it's $97 for my time, but that's because I do it on I can do it in my sleep. So you having a plan with me, if I map out your life for the next 90 days and it costs you $100, which is what you're going to spend on a pack of hair and flip it and then be broke the next day, stop, stop,
Yeah.
stop it. Stop it. So I made it to where I don't want to compete with your groceries. I don't want to compete with your car payment. But by God, you can't go to a color class. You can't go to learn how to do a new gel technique at a beauty school for $100.
No.
You cannot.
And I appreciate you for setting your prices that way. I know I had another guest on, same thing. All the other platforms that do what she does teach hair color education. They come for her like, you charge too little, da da da. And I say to her, and I'll say it to you, if it were me and I was doing a subscription membership type situation or one time package, whatever, I'd rather reach 1 million people at $17 than 100,000 people at $3,000.
Agreed.
I
Agreed.
because that is going to build community.
Agreed.
Yeah, and when you're coaching people on finances, but then they get to your prices at the end, and they can't afford it,
Can't afford
and then
it.
you have them using a credit card or a payment plan, or you're like, huh?
That's what I
What
said.
difference does that
This
make?
country is in debt because they teach that. They're like, oh, just put it on a credit card. Oh, just put no, no. So I want it to be affordable. I want it to be a no-brainer. I want it to go, you know what? If I spend the $17 and it doesn't work, it's $17.
You know what?
It's
I love that.
$17. But it's $17 that I know in my heart is going to fix the core part of your problems because it's just stuff you aren't taught.
I know you must be going crazy watching stylists crash and burn in this industry, as we could see. You're so passionate.
Uh,
What do you wish every stylist understood about money flow, not just income?
Here's what I know about that. When I was in the salon getting cash back in the day, cash every hour, okay, somebody comes in with cash. There was also somebody coming in selling food stamps. There was
Oh
also
no.
somebody coming in selling purses. There was people always coming to the salon selling us stuff because we had cash. So you would look up and be like, "Ooh, I want that purse or I want that bag." You look in your drawer and you just got $100, so you buy it. What I realized,
Mm.
Everyone with a paycheck knows how much they're going to make in 2 weeks, and they can budget their bills from it. We don't know what we're going to make, right? So every hour, you cannot spend it. You have to save. I had to save a week just to pay my car payment. I couldn't spend a dollar for 2 weeks until I pay my rent. So when you get in the mindset of this money isn't mine because I have
Correct.
obligations, it helps you figure out, well, how much do I need for all of my bills for the month? If I broke it down into 4 weeks, how much do I need to make this week that I can't touch? So I know I need to make $1,000 this week to cover all my stuff for the month. And if I make $1,000, I have no money. If I make 1,200, I got an extra 200. So I taught the tip method, where when people would tip you, you do not count that in your income.
Right.
100% do not count your tips because it is an option. So if you do
Yep.
count your tips, you need to count your base price only. And most people don't do that. They count it all. So that's why they're broke. Count your base. If your base, I'm gonna make 800 this week, base, great. If I make 250 in tips, that money is then mine. With the tip money, I then taught people to save half of it. Don't touch half of it. You put it aside because it wasn't yours anyway. You put it aside. And as you
That's
start to
down.
build these habits, you will look up and be like, I'm saving 300 a month when I wasn't
Yeah.
saving anything. So now an emergency comes up, I have some money. So it's just these little things that we just don't think about. Or like I say, and now everything's debit card, you're using Booksy, you're using all these different apps. So they're taking payments, credit cards and stuff like that, which is fine, but you still have to budget what you
Yeah.
need. And so I give them pockets. Like, this is going to be for your taxes, this is going to be for your investment account, this is going to be for your fun account. Like, you got to have all these different types of accounts that we set up, because electronically now you can just move money a lot easier than having
Yeah.
cash. But if you don't start with these foundations, I don't know where you're going to end up.
You're 100% right. And that was great advice. Easy audience, if you're watching, to digest. I hope you take this tip from her, please, because that is gold right there. Give us, Tanisha, an example of what specific system of yours changed your personal business.
So when I was young, I had the privilege of working part time for a financial planner slash tax accountant. Uh,
Ooh.
yes, when I was starting to build my business, I was working for attorneys. So my background was that I was working for attorneys. So they taught me how to set up my will. So many of us are out here just living wrong.
Yep.
You don't have your
I
document
know.
in place. You need to get a will, because what does it matter? It's all this,
100%.
like, stop it. Just stop doing that. So that I had my
Yep.
will at 18 years old. I had a will. I didn't have nothing, but I had a will because I was a legal adult at 18. So you still legally have to have something in place. I had a will. They helped me with my like paper, like how LLC, like if you're going to start a business,
Mhm.
you have it legally done, so I learned all that stuff young, but then I started working for this accountant and financial planner, and he got me into investing. Now, mind you,
Yep.
I am 23 or 4 years old, and I had came from a single mom, it's just me and her. So we were broke, homeless most of my life, just didn't have anything. So learning
Yeah.
money, I didn't know that. And so being
Yeah.
around this wealthy Jewish white man who
Yep.
we know they some of them are good with money, not all, but he was. So I was fortunate to have this mentor early, and he taught me to start saving. And I said, I don't have any money to save. Here's the tip he taught me. He said, well, start with $25. You got $25 because you blow it on something else. Start with $25. So you start with $25. I put it into a mutual fund. So it's low risk, just you can get to it if you need to. And my thing was, when you're self-employed, I can't have a 401k locking my money up till I'm 59 and a half. I might have something that happen. So a mutual fund is great because you can always get to your money, but it's far enough away that you have to request it.
Yep.
It takes some time
Mhm.
to get it, but at least it's growing for you. So I started with mutual fund, $25. And every 3 months, I raised it by $10. So it was $25, $25, $25, $35. Okay, I don't miss that little $10. So I gradually did that. Just start off with something. I just gradually did that
Yeah.
to where every month I would raise it. When I would pay a credit card off, what I was paying for that credit card, I would then add to my mutual fund because I was already spending that money. So I just started thinking about it differently. Like, let me pay myself first. I have to have a nest egg. I got up to 500 a month that I was saving when I was 25 years old.
Wow.
$500 a month. And I had it coming out of my account like it was a car payment. I had it automatically withdraw. So if I think about it like that, like if it automatically comes out of my account, I don't want it to bounce. I have to have the money. So that was when I would all my tips. Like, okay, I got an extra $100 in tips. Okay, great. That's gonna go towards my savings. So I just started like really aggressively putting money aside, saving 500 a month. Adults don't do that now. Most of us don't. That's 6 grand a year. It doesn't happen. But it's what started me on the envelope system, having envelopes of
Yeah.
like this is for bill money, this is for groceries, this is for, back then we had that. Now with 90% of the world's money is electronic. We never see
Yeah.
cash. It's all numbers online. So it's so hard for you to see it. That's why kids don't have a clue. They're just debit, 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 and you just
Yeah. Just swipe, swipe, swipe,
swipe,
swipe.
swipe, swipe. You cannot. So my program is old school. We're gonna print some papers out. I'm gonna give you a workbook and you're gonna write. I'm taking you back to class because I need you
Yeah.
to physically see this so that you understand how it works. But that was the thing that changed my life as far as saving, investing was just $25.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit.
Well, I'm proud of myself for never having to modify my hours,
Oh,
not from day one as a
good,
stylist.
good.
And I've been able to live off of that successfully. But I know there's stylists out there that are scrappy. They work 7 days a week,
Yeah.
sporadic hours. How do you help stylists move from burnout to balance?
So I have a plan your calendar. It's a CEO planner in my course. It's basically helping you plan your life as if you're a CEO. CEOs don't work. They make all this money. They don't work. They on the golf course chilling. Their money works for them. In our profession, is different because if you don't work with your hands, you don't eat. And it's very hard
Right.
for us because you are the business. If you aren't working, you don't eat. So
Mhm.
it's you can't pawn it off on somebody else. You have to do it because people are coming to you for your quality, your skill, your mind, your creativity. So you have to figure out how do I monetize that in the hours that I want. So I help them create a CEO planner. When do you want to work? How many hours a day do you want to work? And then once we figure out the hours that you want to work, now we need to figure out how much money do you need to make in that time? What services should you be offering so that you make the most? And how do we start creating packages pricing packages where you can price differently where you make more money? So let's say you have your massage therapist. Because I help lash people, makeup artists. It doesn't matter. If you in the beauty industry, if you making people feel good, this is for you. So let's say you're a massage therapist and you charge, I'm gonna say $100 for a massage or something like that. And people don't come to you as regularly. Okay, they don't. They'll be like, I come whenever. What if you did a package? You can say, I will give you a package, and I know you come once every couple of months, but I'll give you a package of 6 massages. Okay, that would normally be $600, but I'll give it to you for 300. I'll give it to you for 300. You get 6 massages because what they're trading is their time, right? They're trading time.
Yep.
I get the $300 right now, and when you come, I have to massage you, but you were not coming 3 times regularly a year. So I wasn't getting 300 from you anyway. Okay. But now you're going to go,
Yes.
oh, I'm going to get it for 300 and I get 6 massages. I'm going to come. But here's a caveat to that. I need you to send me 2 people. Now I'm getting
Ah,
about 3 people. Now I have 3 people. So if when I would have made 300 a year, I now got 300 up front because I'm giving her 6 massages and she brought me 2 friends. I got 300 up front. That's $900 that I just made. Like
oh,
that.
you need two people that buy packages. Ah, I see. I see. I
Yeah.
love it. That
Yeah.
sounds like a win-win.
I mean, and girls love that. We were like, "Girl, we can do a massage party. Let's go together. Yeah, come on, let's all do it. Let's get." So just giving them creative ideas on how to create packaging so you're not working so hard in the time you set, but you are making more money. Also, I help them put together little extra packages that you can sell. So you're my nail client, and maybe I have little gift bags that I've created. Little extra stuff that I can sell you for like an extra $5 or $10, and you just start marketing those little extra things. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if every client took a little gift bag and it was $10 and you have 50 clients, that's 500 bucks.
That's great advice.
Little thing.
Now let's talk a little bit about delegation. When should stylists start outsourcing?
Oh, I think unless you're making 6 figures, you shouldn't even be thinking about it. Um,
Mm,
because you need to be building. You need to be building.
Okay.
Nail techs today make about $80, but they spend 2 hours. When I was
Yeah.
doing nails back then, I could do a full set of nails and I would charge $45 and I did it in an hour. So I would
Okay.
do 50 bucks, maybe 55 sometimes with a tip. So I was making $50 an hour where they're making
Yeah.
$80 for 2. So finding a service that you can do in less time is
Mm.
better than you charging $80 for nails.
Got you.
2 hours.
So when you're saying no one needs an assistant, for example, like say you're talking to a hairdresser, you don't recommend no
Unless
bueno.
they're making enough money to justify that. So,
Makes
let's
sense.
say the hairdresser is booked, but she knows she's always behind because she can't do it all. Then maybe you hire somebody out of school to come in and wash hair. So you pay them, whatever it is a day. And if you're once you're starting to manage your books and let's say the hairdresser she makes 200 a day in tips. Well, she could pay somebody to come in and wash hair and give them 75 for the day. That person is happy. They're out of school. I think $75
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So she didn't really pay for it because it came out of the tips. But it allows her to be on time. It's time
Yeah.
management. So if I have somebody washing hair and I can spend $100 a day, it gives me the ability to do a head every half hour to hour. My hairdresser was so good,
Yep.
she did my hair in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
From the time
Got
I
to get
got
them
to
in.
my
What?
hair, 30 minutes. But somebody else washed my hair, wrapped me,
Yeah.
put me under the dryer. All that's extra. That doesn't make you money. That doesn't make
Right.
you money. So if you can delegate that stuff, but your skills is this, nails is different. I have to do the entire process. But hair, no. I can have somebody washing, wrapping, doing whatever, applying the color, sitting you over there. But I'm in the chair styling your hair. And if I can get a 2 clients in an hour that can do in 30 minutes each, styling, whatever, or even 1 hour, but they've paid me $100, $200 each. Now I made $400 an hour.
There you go. I love that. All righty. So we are more than halfway. So this is my halfway game.
Okay.
So I'm still gonna do it. Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah.
We may go over. For you, I curated this game system move or stress move because of what you do. All righty. So it's just a little quick answers because it's a rapid fire type situation.
System
Okay.
move or stress move?
Correct.
Okay.
Discounting
Discounting.
prices.
Uh,
System move or stress move.
System move.
Saying yes to everyone.
Stress. 100% stress move.
Not using software.
Stress. Stress.
Ah, I love that.
Stress move.
So,
Stress.
and you guys, you're going to have to visit Miss Auntie, the Salon Auntie, to kind of have her elaborate, DM her
Oh
to
my
get
God.
an answer to
Stress move.
elaborating here. I love that. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to money and mindset.
Okay.
So, Tanisha, you talk a lot about mindset. How does confidence tie into pricing? Because you did touch on that a little bit earlier.
100%. If you don't feel that you are good at what you do, you will not be good at what you do.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you will not be because you don't feel it. You don't believe it. What I would always do when I was building, when I would do people's nails, is I would ask for feedback throughout the process in the beginning. How does this look? Look at that. How you like that? Because you don't want to finish the whole service and the person doesn't like it, but you don't know that
Yeah.
person, how that person communicates. So a lot of people, as we see, will go through and get their whole head done, whole nails done, leave out, hate it, pay for it, hate it, and then blast you on social media.
100%.
Not doing that.
Yeah.
So take control of your business. Do one nail. Do you like that? Do you like the shape of it? Is that good? Like I talked to my people because
Yeah.
then that built my confidence in my work to where I didn't have to talk to my people. I knew I was going to be good. But when you
Yeah.
are growing and building, you need to ask questions. Don't just braid somebody's whole hair. Do a couple of braid. You like this? Is the length good? Do you like the parts? Do you like this? Like you need to do that because then that builds your confidence in your quality of work. And then your clients like it and come back because I don't think people realize when you have a lack of confidence in your work or pricing or you're timid or whatever, they won't support you. They smell
Well,
it.
it's true because you don't want your pilot looking nervous, right?
Right.
And so you are the pilot in that situation, and they look at your face like you'll be shampooing, talking about Real Housewives, and they'll go, "What? What's wrong? Your face. You
Right,
know, they're
right,
still, you
right,
know, you have to always remember that you're in partnership with the person that you're working on,
yeah,
right?
right.
So, and
Yeah,
that's
we're
why
doing
you
it
need to leave
together.
the attitude too, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Whole nother
And
conversation.
parlaying off of that though, why do you think stylists undercharge or overwork? Do you think that some of that does have something to do with lack of confidence?
Yeah, yes, undercharging because they don't feel they're qualified to charge that much, or their people will leave, or oh, my people won't pay that much. So I learned a saying a long time ago: "Don't spend what's in somebody else's pocket."
Mm,
Don't spend what's you don't know. You don't know what's in their pocket. Like, you can judge somebody, but don't
right.
spend it, because people will pay for the things that they want to pay for, as we know.
100%.
People will pay for people are buying jets right now. I don't have a jet, but somebody's buying a jet right now. And then somebody else is at Costco buying a TV right now. So, you charging this for quality work, comes from you believing that you are giving quality work.
Mhm,
But that's also,
mhm.
I mean, I've done a lot of personal development as well, which I feel people don't read. People don't pour into
Yeah,
themselves. Like, you only read or do stuff that you feel like is going to help you. Well, I'll tell you what will help you is building yourself. If you do not
yeah,
personally develop yourself into a person that's able to communicate, person that's able to deal with conflict, because you are going to have those clients that test you. A person that
mhm.
knows how to find the answer, grow, is willing to learn new things. Like, you have to be all of that, because we are ever changing. The
Yeah.
people who are still doing the same hairstyle they've been doing in 2010 don't have clients. You aren't growing.
Mhm.
You still
Yeah,
do the same nails. You're not growing because you don't feel like you should. 100% you need to work on yourself. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
spend so much money every month on me. I have an allotment on me. This is what I spend on me. Now, if it's vitamins, or I'm getting a massage, or I'm gonna buy me a pair of shoes, whatever it was, I had an allotment for me. But a lot of it was always reading a book, or listening to something on Audible that made me be better. If you need help with money, then you need to read every money book out there.
yeah, yeah,
If
no,
you need help with
that,
time management, you need to read every book about because that's how you get better. And people don't do that.
yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. And when we talk about leadership, right, and people who they do want to be a boss, they do want to build a team, all these different things, but not every leader knows how to truly lead. So, what's the difference, in your opinion, between being a boss and being an actual leader?
Bosses are assholes. If I can cuss on here, they are, because they have
Oh, this is explicit. You can
listen,
say whatever you want.
they have their own mentality, and that word boss gives people this sense of entitlement, that I can tell you what to do, like a slave master and a slave. And I don't like the word boss,
Oh,
because no one's the boss of anybody. So bosses, absolutely not. A leader is someone who does it first, and then people follow because they're leading. You don't get to pick being a leader. You just are one, or you're not.
you know what? You can you hear that, everyone?
No, like,
That
you're a
right there
boss.
is
You can pick boss. I'm gonna be a
just
boss.
yes.
I'm the boss. I hired you. I picked this position. I'm that. A leader, you could be a boss, not a leader. So there's a lot of folks. We all know that there are people that we look up to and go, I will follow that person. That person got
Yeah,
something. You know what I'm saying? That it
I
person
do.
doesn't go, I'm a leader. Hey, I'm the leader. Follow me. Hey, hey, listen to me. Hey, hey. They don't. You don't do that. So it's a big difference between being a boss and a leader. And if you want to be a leader, you have to be the person that people want to follow.
Correct.
Period.
And leading by example, to your point,
Period.
because and I think that's why a lot of salon owners they fail. It's not just the financial part, but when you're building a team, that team has to one believe in you,
Yeah.
two respect you
Yeah.
more so,
Right.
right?
Agree.
And and just because you own something and you call yourself the owner doesn't mean you're a leader. And I believe that gets missed.
It does.
I believe that, yeah.
It does. It does.
So how, Tanisha, because you gave us such a wealth of information, I so appreciate you being here and lending your time to us to enjoy.
Yeah,
How do you want your legacy as the salon auntie to impact the next generation?
oh, I want everybody to be like, "Oh my god, you haven't heard of Salon Tea?" That's gonna be my nickname, Salon Tea. "You haven't heard of Salon Tea?"
Ah,
Like
that's
Beyonce,
cute.
"You haven't heard of Salon Tea?" I want them to so my boyfriend teases me because he goes, "You know, you're building this and you're gonna build a community and you're gonna build a whole bunch of women that are gonna wanna hang out with you." And I'm like, "No, no." He goes, "No, like, they're gonna wanna, like, if you're gonna do something fun, they're gonna wanna do it because 'cause you're fun." And I was like, "I don't think so." But the more I do it, the more I feel what he's saying because I feel like there is no safe space for us. There is no one that is truly trying to help us. I think everybody's just trying to figure it out themselves. They're in it for themselves. Or if they are trying to help us, they're trying to monetize their pockets more so than really caring. They haven't been in the trenches. I've been here. I know everything. You can throw anything at me. I done heard it, seen it, done it, got it. I tackled it and got out of it. So I tell people that I got in, I made my money, and I got out, and y'all still there. So I know all sides of the coin, but I also want to make it to where it's palatable. It's not hard. It's just you need your auntie to be like, "Baby, come sit on the couch. You come on over to this couch. I listen, this is what you do." Because again, like I started when I was hitting the age where I needed to know what was happening to me as a woman, and my aunties didn't tell me.
Yes.
It was frustrating because I was like, "Why didn't y'all just say something?" So if I can help the 21-year-old just graduating, cosmetology school that wants to go do
Mhm.
hair because her mother's done hair her whole life. Now she want to do hair, change her future and be able to provide for her family, buy a home, travel the world, invest in money, have retirement put aside, start businesses. I mean, I've done all of that. Started multiple businesses. I've bought multiple properties. All of that on a nail tech salary. Then I need you to experience that because if you don't, you're going to burn out. You're going to quit. You're going to go get a job. And the bad part for us is if you don't have a college degree and you're older, who's going to pay you what you're making in the salon?
Very true.
How much were you making per se per hour when you would do hair, Kim? Like on an average?
I'm still behind the chair.
Okay.
And I charge probably not up to today's standard, right?
Okay.
Because I'm at year 29, getting ready to
Okay.
retire soon.
Okay.
Um, so a haircut is $100.
Okay.
I do a multicultural clientele. I started that way. I'm going to end that way. That's just who I am.
Smart.
I specialize in hair cutting. So time management is very important to me. And so everybody, they always say, I'm trained. Anybody I send to Kim, I'm like, you better be on time. I'm like, you got that right.
Amen.
Because I don't know if my next client is here on their lunch hour
100%.
because
100%.
this is who they expect. This is the service they
100%.
expect when they come to my salon. So you don't get to be 15 minutes late.
100%. That's why you
Sorry.
29 years. But you mentioned $100. If you
Yeah.
leave today the lifestyle that you've built in the salon,
Yeah.
the money that you make, and you charge 100, but you don't make that. So let's just say you make
Correct.
let's just say you make 70. You make
Correct.
70. Who's going to
Mhm.
hire you?
Right.
I'm saying
Absolutely.
out there for
Yep.
$70 an hour.
100%.
No one. So we are
Yep.
we are pigeonholed in this industry. We are stuck because if this is your skill that you've had for 29 years, what skill are you offering corporate America? What you
And then you, heaven forbid, you don't want to be, I mean, God bless you. I know shade. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it because it's my show and I can
say
say
it.
whatever I want.
You can say it.
Because it's the truth. When you look at women that work in Sally's, when you look at
Yeah.
people, they stay in the industry, but they do jobs that I'm sure they don't want those jobs.
Uh-huh.
I think that they do it for all the reasons, right? They
Yeah.
couldn't survive behind the chair. They want
Right.
benefits,
Right. Right.
more of a structured pay
Right.
scale.
Right. Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart. Being self-employed
No,
is not, and you're thrown into being self-employed in this industry because that's just how the industry is. But people don't realize that because they don't know self-employed life. So you decide to go to school and you're 30, but your whole life your parents have worked jobs, you've worked a job,
yeah,
So you're like, I'm gonna go to school, and you get out and you're like, yeah, you don't know the difference of being a self-employed person.
yeah,
It's not you. trust and believe. There's many days I was like, this is for the birds.
Yeah.
But I love my time freedom. So what are you willing
Yeah.
to give up for that? And if you want to play
Yeah.
this game and you want all of the benefits of being self-employed and the perks, you need to build it like a W-2 employee. And that's my whole course is how do we build this like those people who after 25 years can retire and they got a pension and they have money and they have 401k and they have all that, and they're like looking at you like, well, you should have got a job. And you're like, well, I didn't want a job because I enjoyed my life for 25 years, but now I have nothing when I'm old.
Yeah.
Who
No,
really
I
who
mean,
really wins that game, right? Who really wins? The person that
it is true. It is true because all of your friends, while you were,
yeah.
managing your own time
Yep.
and,
Yep.
life was on your terms
Right.
from a work life
Yes.
perspective.
Yes.
And you look at your corporate friends and you're like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
there's where the rubber meets the road.
Right. So here we both are.
Absolutely.
We're 50, 55 years old, and I have been a free bird and you've been a cage bird, but you got $200,000 in 401k stocks, bonds, all you got all that you could walk away from, and I still have to cut hair.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
you have
That's
to
true.
figure a way out. And so that's why I created the program. That is literally
Oh my gosh. And you guys, please visit her website. I'm going
yeah,
to put it in the show notes and show you guys every path you can take to get to the Salon Auntie
yeah,
and get this good information. Everything you said today was relevant. It's
thank
so
you.
important. I
Thank
don't think people take it serious enough because they don't know where to begin.
you. Uh-huh.
But I know by just the way you explain things that once they see you, they're going to have a clear path. I just know it. So,
You got this.
as I told you in the beginning, nobody gets out of here without one of my games
I
because
thought we
I
played
love
games already.
games.
I thought we played.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we got another
Like our whole, yeah. No, we had a little tiny game. That
one.
was
Okay.
just a little burst. That
Okay.
wasn't really a game.
All right.
This is the actual game. Alrighty. And since you're all about systems and structure and smart money, the game that I created for you is called Money Move, or I'm going to use your word, stop it.
Oh,
Okay. So money move or stop it.
all right.
All
Money,
right.
move, stop it. Here we go.
So I'm going to throw out a few salon money situations and you tell me straight up
Okay.
money move or stop it.
All right.
All righty. Here we go. Charging the same prices you did 3 years ago.
Stop
Money
it.
move.
Stop it.
Doing free hair for influencers to get exposure.
Ooh.
Money move or
Ooh.
stop it.
Money move if done properly. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hiring an assistant before you're fully booked. Money move or stop it. Buying every new hot tool you see on Instagram.
Stop.
Money move.
Yeah.
She says, stop it, you guys, for those who are listening on audio.
Yes.
Paying yourself last instead of first.
Come on now. You already know my answer to that. That is a big stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Why would you pay yourself last? You are the reason this exists. If you don't pay yourself first, nobody else matters. You put your
Hello?
oxygen mask on first on the airplane before you put your child's on, right?
Facts.
You have got to save yourself first.
Not having a cancellation policy. Money move or
Stop it. Stop it. Oh.
raising prices during a slow season. Money move or stop it.
I'm going to go with stop it. But if I understand what's going on, I can possibly help through that slow season.
Opening a salon before you've mastered systems.
Stop
Money
it.
move.
Stop it.
Offering discounts for friends and family. Money
Stop
move
it.
or stop.
Stop.
Stop it.
No, the friends and family go pay everybody else full price. They need to pay you full price. That was one of my rules when I started. Do not ask me for a discount. You can go see Sally Mae. Don't come to me. Nope.
And one thing I always say to my friends in the past, because they're all amazing, was I don't take a pay cut. You don't take a pay cut for me on your job, so why
Thank
should
you.
I take one for you on mine?
Stop it.
All
Stop.
righty?
Right.
Stop it. Spending more time on Instagram than in your books. Money move or stop it.
I know you ain't asking me that. That is a definite stop it. Come on now.
And I love it. That's why they call you the Salon
Oh
Auntie,
my
always dropping those
god.
financial truth bombs. I love it. So before we wrap this up, what's one final money move every stylist should make moving into the new year of 2026?
If I had to give one tip, I would say that they need to really understand their total expenses. Really, so figure out what you're really making. Figure out your expenses. So let's figure out two numbers. Like hands down, don't do anything else until you have these two numbers. How much am I really making, and how much are my expenses? How do they look together? Because I will tell you,
Mm,
most of the time, you are already spending more than you're making, but because of how you are doing this, you don't realize it because you haven't really looked at it. But 9 times out of 10, your expenses are more than what you're making because you forgot about all the expenses that you don't see, taxes, so all that, all that stuff. So we need to really figure out what our expenses are. And once we have these two numbers, then we can figure out the gaps that we need to fill to grow it. I would say time spent is the biggest thing. Get faster, get better, work on your skills. Stop talking so much. If you're talking and you know it's 2.5 hours because you talk, shut up. Like certain little thing. But I realized that when I would talk to my clients, I'm an hour and a half. When I don't talk to
I'm
them,
telling you,
I don't talk, I'm an hour. And so I would say, listen, I'm trying to get done. I'm listening, but I'm not looking at you. We're not having a
that part.
conversation. I'm working, and so that helped me do more people. Time management. Work, look at the expenses stuff, and then look at your time. Look at your schedule. So because those are three biggest things. Look at your schedule, look how you're scheduling. Pricing and stuff comes later. I'm sure you'll figure that out. But if you can get better with your time management and how you spend it, you can make more money in less time.
Perfect. I love that. Where can they find you again? All the platforms?
Yep, I have coined the Salon Auntie. You could just put it in there. You can find me everywhere. So I'm Salon Auntie on Facebook, Salon Auntie on Instagram. I think there might be some underscores on one of them, but the Salon Auntie.
And you have a website?
I have a
I'll
website,
put it in the notes.
salonauntie.com. Yep, you can email me support@salonauntie.com. My Jumpstart program, because that's what's called my Jumpstart, is the salonauntie.com/jumpstart. So, add Jumpstart at
Okay.
the end of it, and you will see I have a whole video explaining how the program works, and you can get it. It comes with the Jumpstart comes with the workbook. So you have an actual workbook that you need to follow each day and do stuff, and then the my modules for blueprint success, which is like little higher modules, they also have a workbook, so you have both of those. If you decide to do the strategic action plan with me, I give you all the books for free.
Oh, you guys, get
So you don't even
into
need, yep,
it.
you don't
Get
even need
into it
books. You can
today, right now.
just do the strategic action plan with me so I can, map out what you need to do in the next 90 days. I'll give you all the books. I'll give you all the workbooks. You get all that stuff included in that price. And again, like I said, I made it to where it was hopefully affordable for everybody to at least do something to change where they are. And I need you to if you spend $150 with me, you should be making that back your first couple days. Like
Perfect.
you will make that back the first week if we get you structured right. So I don't want you spending any money. I want you making more.
And we love that in education. You guys, listen, lean in. $17. That ain't nothing. That ain't
Nothing, nothing to jumpstart your business. If you want a little more help, you spend a little more money, but you can always get it later. Like you can find my website, whatever. But start with the $17. Just spread the word. Tell people get it, and don't share your program with them. Let them get their own program. They need their own workbook. $17.
That's right. I love it. All righty. We're going to have you back on someday. But until then,
Yes.
have the best day
I
and we'll
will.
talk
Thank you,
soon.
Kim. I appreciate it. And my fellow beauty pros, mwah, much success to you. And I hope I see you over the side.
Bye.
Bye.